Yesterday is dead. You cannot go back in time and change it. You cannot relive it. You can't do anything about it. No matter how good or bad yesterday was, the only control you have is today, the present moment. But so many people, they hold themselves hostage by living in a place that doesn't exist anymore. The past happened, and it does have some effects on what the future holds, but it shouldn't hold any space in your mind today in terms of you reliving things and trying to stay in the past. It only holds you back. It only prevents you from living your future, living your life in general, because your present is your future. But so many people let the woes of yesterday, the tears, the hurt, the loss, hurt them and hold them back from living in the moment, from living their life and moving forward and getting through whatever pain was yesterday or whatever was teaching them to grow. They're not growing because they're trying to sit in the pain. They're trying to sit in the loss. They're trying to sit in the lesson without learning what the lesson was for and growing in wisdom through that lesson. But they're not the only ones at fault. There's people who their glory days are behind them, or a great day happened and now they're trying to live in the moment. There's some people, there's men do this especially, that played sports. They're 30, 40 years old, 50 years old, and they're still talking about high school football, high school baseball, high school basketball. And I'm not saying don't relive good memories and cherish good memories and reminisce over a beer or over a steak or something, but I'm saying all their proudest, most defined moments and topic of conversation is things that they did in the past, years ago, decades ago. And they're living just in the past, and they're just living vicariously through their son. Now they're putting their son through that sports, and women might do it too. They're starting to age, and they're so worried about what they looked like in college and what size jeans they wore in college and different things like that, or college age if you didn't go to college. And it's just like, why are we just falling in love with the past and committed to the past? I have a saying: are you committed to your past, or are you committed to your present, or future, however you want to look at it? Because as you live in the moment, you're living in the future, in a sense. That's how I like to look at it. But so many people are just committed to the past. They're so stuck in the past. They're thinking, living, dreaming of the past. And I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever, no matter how good it was or how bad it was, like, what purpose is that serving you in your life today, for you and for your family, or for those that care about you? Because if you're not improving, getting better, growing, or figuring out how to make tomorrow better, like, what are you really doing? If yesterday was bad, how do you make tomorrow better? How do you make today better? If yesterday was great and an amazing day, the best day of your life, how do you make today and tomorrow even better, the next best day of your life? So that day, best day of your life, isn't just something that haunts you years from now, because you had the best day of your life at 25 years old, and you wake up and blink and 20 years has passed and you're 45 years old, and you're like, man, I'm about to go through a midlife crisis because my life sucked the last 20 years. So don't get stuck in the past. Don't get stuck on the wins. Don't let the wins go to your head, and don't let the losses go to your heart. You'll still win. If you lost yesterday, win today, win tomorrow. If you won yesterday, stack on the wins, stay consistent, pack on more wins. But so many people can't do that. You have to kill yesterday. You have to let the past be the past. Let yesterday be yesterday. Yesterday is dead to you now, no matter how good or how bad it was. Your accomplishments, you could have won a Nobel Peace Prize, an Oscar, a championship. Okay? Celebrate for a couple days, celebrate for a week or so. But yesterday's news, no matter how great it is, there's a saying, yesterday's news is tomorrow's fish wrap, which means people don't do it now, but people would get news in a newspaper. That's old school. And they would use that newspaper to sometimes wrap up leftovers, like if they had like fish for dinner or something, they'll wrap it up, put it in the refrigerator. Which means that your past accomplishments don't even matter at a certain extent. What if you created a multi-million-dollar business, won an NFL championship, won an Oscar, won valedictorian at your high school, made, a big bet on the Kentucky Derby, made a big deal in the stock market, married the love of your life. Like, say you do all these things that are big wins or big accomplishments in a sense. What do you do the next day? Do you keep that $1 million? Do you keep that love of your life happy? Because the marriage is just a day. That's just a day saying I do and saying your vows. How do you keep that person and you happy the rest of your lives to make it a thriving marriage the rest of your life? How do you make that multi-million-dollar business not go bankrupt? How do you make it go to a $1 billion business? How do you win that Kentucky Derby or that stock market? How do you multiply those winnings and not go broke? How do you not lose all that money you made? How do you answer the next year of your career if you won that NFL Super Bowl? Or that, how do you continue onward? If you were the valedictorian of your high school, how do you go perform even better in college? How do you go separate yourself from your peers in college or in the workforce? What is your legacy going to be? And that's kind of the question of this. Like, your legacy isn't a one-time event. Your legacy is ongoing. Your life is ongoing. And that's why I said the present is even the future. Because today, right now, is the present. But what I do today can have an impact on the future. It can no longer have an impact on the past, no matter what I do. The only thing you can really do for the past is try to apologize. But then you're reliving the moment. You're reliving your mistakes. You're reliving whoever you hurt. Apologizing, true apology, is changed behavior. It's an action word, which means going forward in the present moment and the future, you're showing action that shows that, he was sorry for what he did. He is trying to amend for his mistakes. But if you just keep saying, I'm sorry for what I did yesterday, I'm sorry, and then a year passes, I'm sorry for what I did a year ago, and then 5 years passes, I'm sorry for what I did 5 years ago, and you're just speaking it, what's changing? Nothing. Your behavior should change. Your mindset should change. How you live your life should change. Yes, your words should still change as well. But yeah, so many people are stuck in the past, and I think it's time to let yesterday be dead to you. Let the past be the past. Let yesterday be yesterday, like I said. And how do you make today the best day of your life? And that today is going to be every day, because you're going to speak it in present tense. So people watching this video when it releases today, it is literally today. People that are watching this 10 years from now, and they look at it and my YouTube video says this video was posted 10 years ago, it's still going to be today for them in that moment. And you get to choose how you let your todays and your present moment set up for your future, and let your today, let your present and let your future be the best moments of your life versus the past, versus what's behind you. We're focused on the road ahead, not the road behind us. So I hope you got something from this message. I hope it motivated you. Hope it challenged you or made you think different as well. If it did any of those things, I encourage you to like, share, comment, subscribe for more. This was day 343, consistency. And other than that, I wish you all peace and blessings on the journey.